ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Power Vacuum. I'm your host, Belmont, and Valve is at it again. From this Ars Technica site I'm not very familiar with, I just saw this and I thought it was worth talking about. Valve releases full Team Fortress 2 game code to encourage new free versions. Other source games also get the Half-Life 2 anniversary update treatment. Valve's updates to its classic games evoke Hemingway's two kinds of going bankrupt, gradually, then suddenly. Nothing is heard, little is seen, and then one day, Half Life 2 Deathmatch, Day of Defeat, and other Source Engine based games get a bevy of modern upgrades. Now, the entire team of Team Fortress, the entirety of Team Fortress 2 client and server game code, a boon for modders and fixers, is also being released. The source code allows for more ambitious projects to have been possible thus far, Valve wrote in a blog post. Unlike the Steam Workshop or local contents mod, this SDK gives mod makers the ability to change, extend, or rewrite Team Fortress 2, making anything from small tweaks to complete conversions possible. That's nuts, by the way. The SDK license restricts any resulting projects to a non commercial basis, but they can be published on Steam Store as their own entities. So basically, you can't make your own game and publish it outside of Steam. But if you make something with this, you can put it on Steam, which it sounds like they're letting people monetize their own engines as long as they release them through their marketplace, which is genius because people already, there's a whole movie made of Team Fortress 2, or well, not of, with the Team Fortress 2 engine. This is going to give people so much more access. And I just genuinely think it's probably a good move for Steam and Valve as it is because they're going to net sales off of this if people are selling it on Steam. Unless it's required to be released for free. I haven't seen anything about that yet. I'm diving into this blind. Where was I? Since it had the tools out, Valve also poked around the games based on the more open source engine and spiffed them up as well. Most games got 64-bit binary support, scalable HUD graphics, borderless window options, and the like. Many of these upgrades come from the big 25-year anniversary update made to Half-Life 2, which included overbright lighting, gamepad configurations, Steam network support, and the like. Gamepad configurations, you can finally remap your buttons. Yo, being able to play Half-Life 2 on a controller was the best thing about the orange box. Just the port from the orange box on Xbox wasn't that great. It wasn't the best port. They never really are. But being able to reconfigure your gamepad on through Steam and on the PC is gonna make Half-Life 2 so much, or what do we call it? Quality of life improved. But, the deathmatch version of Half-Life Source and Half-Life 2 seem to get particular attention. Client-side predictions fix jank and rollback many years after the heyday. It's a good time for Valve to push renewed interest in Team Fortress 2. A wave of discontentment over the main game's bot ridden, cheat heavy state reached its full height in 2022, but following a security and stability update last summer, that has mostly been rolled back, though the fans remain vigilant. Community offerings might be able to do even more to push back against game griefing and cheating, freed from the concerns to serve a broader audience. Valve asked those using the TF2 source code to respect that most of the inventory items in the game now come from the community, so people should not make mods that have the purpose of trying to profit off workshop contributors' efforts, allowing players to access their hard-earned inventory too. Should be done if this makes sense for the mod. Valve suggests that the update for each game should be available the next time you launch that title. Yo. So, is there more to this? Let's see what the blog post. How long is this? Not long. All right, we're gonna read this real. Real quick, mod makers rejoice. We've just released a massive update for the Source SDK, adding all the Team Fortress 2 client and server game code. This update will allow content creators to build completely new games based on Team Fortress 2. We're also doing a big update to all our major back catalog source engine titles. TF2 DODS, HL2 DM, CSS, and HLDMS, adding 64-bit binary support, a scalable HUD UI, prediction interfaces, and a lot of other improvements. Unlike the Steam Workshop or local content mods, this SDK mod gives makers the ability to change, extend, or rewrite TF2, making anything from small tweaks to complete conversions possible. The SDK is licensed to users on a non-commercial basis, meaning that any mod created using the SDK must be free. Okay, there it is. And any content in those mods must be free. TF2 mods may be published on the Steam store and after publication will appear as new games in the Steam game list. Players have a lot of investment in their TF2 inventories, and Steam Workshop contributors have created a lot of that content. The majority of items in the game now are thanks to the hard work of the TF2 community. To respect that, we're asking TF2 mod makers continue to respect the connection and not make the mods that have the purpose of trying to profit off the work. Okay, same thing as before. Don't you know, so it is has to be completely free. No one can make money off of it. That was a clarification the article lacked. They just said they had to post it on Steam. Wasn't sure exactly what the restrictions were. Now we know. But this gives mod makers carte blanche to do wholly anything. You're going to see tons of new games popping up on Steam, and I'm wondering what the purpose of this is. This seems like something that maybe Valve is trying to get back into making games, and they want to see who the best modders are because you want to hire the best of the best when you want to make a game and get it going somewhere. So this could be some sort of underlying plan to search for basically new game developers and maybe onboard them to Valve and Steam and start making some fucking games again. Like I would love that. Everyone would love that. If we could get even a spiritual successor to Half-Life, maybe, 20 years later, the results of Gordon's actions or whatever, I don't care. Maybe even a prequel to how shit went down. Because Half-Life Alex just didn't really give us what we wanted. It gave some people what they wanted, but we really want a true Half-Life 3, not what Alex was. At least I didn't. I don't know. Everyone's their own person. Some people think Alex was a perfect Half-Life 3. Good on you. But this is very interesting. I really wonder what the end game here is. I don't think it's just simply to draw more people in. They have to have some sort of plan of why they're doing this now when there seems to be turmoil in the game development industry. But I'm just going to keep this one short and sweet. It was a straightforward video. I saw that headline and I just knew I had to talk about it and bring that news out there. So that's all I have for this video. This is your host, Belmont, signing out.